Welcome. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of utility-based decision-making. Have you ever wondered how people make choices when faced with several options? Utility-based decision-making is a framework that helps us understand and model these choices. It's widely used in economics, psychology, and even artificial intelligence. By assigning values or utilities to different outcomes, we can compare them and choose the one that maximizes our satisfaction or benefit. In this video, we'll break down the concept, explore real-life examples, and see how utility theory shapes our everyday decisions. Let's get started by understanding what utility really means. Utility is a core concept in decision theory. It represents the satisfaction or value an individual derives from a particular outcome. Think of it as a way to measure how much you prefer one option over another. For example, if you're choosing between pizza and salad for lunch, your utility for pizza might be higher if you love cheesy food. Utility allows us to quantify preferences and make comparisons, even when choices are very different. This measurement is subjective and varies from person to person, making it a flexible tool for modeling real-world decisions. The idea of utility dates back to the 18th century with early economists like Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. They believed that people aimed to maximize happiness or pleasure, which they called utility. Over time, this concept evolved into a mathematical framework. Economists began to use utility functions to represent preferences and guide rational decision-making. Today, utility theory is a cornerstone of economics and is also applied in psychology, business, and computer science. Understanding its origins helps us appreciate how it became so influential. Measuring utility isn't always straightforward. Since it's based on personal preferences, utility is often measured using scales or numbers that reflect how much someone values an outcome. For example, you might rate your satisfaction with different meals on a scale from 1 to 10. In more complex scenarios, economists use utility functions, mathematical formulas that assign a utility value to each possible outcome. These functions help compare options and predict which one a person is likely to choose. The key is that higher utility means greater satisfaction. Decisions involve uncertainty. Expected utility comes into play. Expected utility combines the utility of each possible outcome with the probability of that outcome occurring. For example, if you're deciding whether to bring an umbrella, you'll weigh the utility of staying dry against the probability of rain. By multiplying the utility of each outcome by its probability and adding them up, you get the expected utility. This approach helps people make rational choices even when the future is uncertain. Utility-based decision-making isn't just for economists or scientists. It's something we all do every day. Whether you're choosing what to eat, which route to take to work, or how to spend your free time, you're constantly weighing the benefits and drawbacks of each option. By thinking in terms of utility, you can make choices that better align with your goals and preferences. This approach can help you become more aware of your decision-making process and make more satisfying choices. Utility function is a mathematical tool that assigns a number to each possible outcome, reflecting how much you value it. For example, if you're deciding between different jobs, you might assign higher utility to jobs with better pay, location, or work-life balance. Utility functions help simplify complex decisions by turning preferences into numbers. This makes it easier to compare options and choose the one that maximizes your overall satisfaction. Risk plays a big role in utility-based decision-making. Some people are risk-averse. They prefer options with more certain outcomes, even if the potential reward is lower. Others are risk-seeking and willing to take chances for a bigger payoff. Utility theory helps explain these differences by showing how people assign utility to risky outcomes. Understanding your own attitude toward risk can help you make decisions that fit your comfort level and long-term goal. Economics, utility is used to model consumer behavior. Economists assume that people make choices to maximize their utility, given their budget and available options. This idea forms the basis for many economic theories, including supply and demand, market equilibrium, and consumer choice. By understanding utility, economists can predict how changes in prices, income, or preferences will affect buying decisions and market trends. Utility-based decision-making is also important in artificial intelligence. AI systems use utility functions to evaluate different actions and choose the one that leads to the best outcome. For example, a self-driving car might use utility to balance safety, speed, and comfort. By modeling preferences and outcomes mathematically, AI can make complex decisions that mimic human reasoning. This approach is key to developing intelligent, adaptive systems. Sometimes decisions involve multiple factors. Multi-attribute utility theory helps us weigh different attributes like price, quality, and convenience to make a balanced choice. For example, when buying a car, you might consider fuel efficiency, safety, and style. Each attribute gets a utility value, and the overall utility is a combination of these values. This method helps you make more informed, comprehensive decisions. Game theory uses utility to analyze strategic interactions between individuals or groups. In games, each player tries to maximize their own utility, considering the possible actions of others. This approach helps explain behaviors in competitive situations like business negotiations or sports. By modeling choices and outcomes, game theory provides insights into cooperation, competition, and conflict. While utility theory is powerful, it has limitations. People don't always act rationally or have perfect information. Emotions, habits, and social influences can lead to choices that don't maximize utility. Additionally, it can be hard to assign precise utility values to complex or unfamiliar options. Recognizing these limitations helps us use utility theory more effectively and realistically. Behavioral economics studies how real people make decisions, often deviating from traditional utility theory. It explores biases, heuristics, and psychological factors that influence choices. For example, people might overvalue immediate rewards or be influenced by how options are presented. By integrating insights from psychology, behavioral economics provides a richer understanding of decision-making. Utility-based decision-making is also used in healthcare. Patients and doctors often weigh the benefits and risks of different treatments. For example, a patient might consider the utility of pain relief versus the risk of side effects. By quantifying preferences, utility theory helps guide choices that align with patients' values and improve health outcomes. Environmental decisions often involve trade-offs between economic, social, and ecological factors. Utility-based approaches help policymakers and individuals weigh these factors to make sustainable choices. For example, choosing between renewable and non-renewable energy sources involves balancing cost, convenience, and environmental impact. Utility theory provides a structured way to evaluate these complex decisions. Businesses use utility-based decision-making to develop strategies, launch products, and set prices. By understanding what customers value, companies can design offerings that maximize utility for their target market. This approach helps businesses stay competitive and responsive to changing consumer preferences. Utility theory is a key tool for making data-driven, customer-focused decisions. In choosing technology, utility-based decision-making helps individuals and organizations evaluate options based on features, cost, and usability. For example, selecting a new smartphone involves weighing battery life, camera quality, and price. By assigning utility values to each feature, you can make a choice that best fits your needs and preferences. Policymakers use utility-based models to evaluate the impact of laws and regulations. By estimating the utility of different policy options for various groups, they can make choices that maximize social welfare. For example, decisions about healthcare funding or transportation projects often involve balancing costs and benefits to achieve the greatest overall utility. Utility theory can help you make better financial decisions. Whether you're budgeting, investing, or saving for a goal, thinking in terms of utility helps you prioritize what matters most. For example, you might assign higher utility to experiences over material goods or to long-term security over short-term spending. This approach supports smarter, more satisfying financial choices. Social decisions like choosing friends or joining groups also involve utility. People seek relationships and communities that provide support, enjoyment, and shared values. By considering the utility of different social options, you can build connections that enrich your life and align with your personal goals. Time is a valuable resource, and utility-based decision-making can help you use it wisely. By assigning utility to different activities, you can prioritize tasks that bring the most satisfaction or progress toward your goals. This approach helps you balance work, leisure, and personal growth for a more fulfilling life. Choosing a school, major, or course involves weighing the utility of different options. Factors like career prospects, personal interests, and learning environment all contribute to your decision. By considering the utility of each choice, you can make educational decisions that support your long-term success and satisfaction. Planning a trip is another area where utility-based decision-making shines. You might weigh the utility of different destinations, travel dates, and activities based on your preferences and budget. By assigning utility values to each option, you can design a trip that maximizes enjoyment and minimizes stress. Every shopping decision involves utility. Whether you're buying groceries or a new gadget, you compare the utility of different products based on price, quality, and features. Utility-based decision-making helps you get the best value for your money and avoid buyer's remorse. Choosing a career path is one of the most important decisions you'll make. Utility-based decision-making helps you weigh factors like salary, job satisfaction, and work-life balance. By considering the utility of each option, you can choose a career that aligns with your values and aspirations. Groups often use utility-based decision-making to reach consensus. By discussing the utility of different options for each member, groups can find solutions that maximize overall satisfaction. This approach is useful in families, teams, and organizations, helping to balance diverse preferences and achieve shared goals. Ethical decisions often involve weighing the utility of different actions for yourself and others. Utility-based approaches like utilitarianism suggest choosing the action that produces the greatest good for the greatest number. This perspective helps guide moral reasoning and public debate on complex issues. Understanding utility-based decision-making can help you improve your choices. By clarifying your preferences, considering risks, and weighing trade-offs, you can make decisions that better reflect your values and goals. Practice applying utility theory in different areas of your life to become a more effective decision-maker. Sum up, utility-based decision-making is a powerful tool for understanding and improving choices in all areas of life. By assigning value to outcomes and considering probabilities, you can make more rational, satisfying decisions. Whether you're choosing what to eat, where to work, or how to invest, utility theory offers a structured approach to decision-making. Keep these principles in mind as you navigate your own choices, and you'll be well equipped to make decisions that truly benefit you.